Good evening and welcome to the Kennedy Center Family Theater for tonight's Millennium stage presentation brought to you by Target. We're here at 6 o'clock each night of the week, 365 days a year, to bring you the best in music, dance, theater, and more. If you're unable to join us in person, please visit us online at kennedy-center.org, where we broadcast each night's performance live, as well as make past performances available in our broadcast archives. I'm Harry Parker. I am the chair of the Department of Theater at Texas Christian University in Fort Worth, Texas, and I'm also pleased to serve as the immediate past national chair of the Kennedy Center American College Theater Festival. I'll be your host tonight for some wonderful student plays. I know you're looking forward to hearing them. I know I am. I want to say welcome to all of the playwrights and talented theater artists from around the country who are joining us this week at the Kennedy Center for KCACTF. And we also want to welcome all of you around the country and the world who are watching us on the Millennium stage and the New Play TV live streams. Thanks to all of you for your support of new plays and of student playwriting. Let's get started. We have 4 readings for you tonight, and the first is a play called Unnamed Lands by Nicholas Sawin from the University of Missouri at Kansas City. It features Bobby Smith and Jim Holmes, and it was directed by Bob Bartlett. Here is Unnamed Lands.
Unnamed Lands by Nicholas Sawin. Scene: a room in a metropolitan hospital at daybreak. 2 chairs are centrally located. Downstage stands a clear plastic crib on top of a rolling cart. At stage left, there stands a door. At stage right, there is a window. A city, today, Jerome and Harbin. Their clothes are rumpled. Harbin holds a swaddled baby in his arms.
What about Howard?
Howard? Howard was my college roommate. He had a buzz cut, dyed with leopard spots, and he smoked pot from apple bongs. Came in late one night drunk and high and stared at my M.C. Escher poster of this impossible waterfall. Water made this endless loop, falling and feeding itself. He vomited all over it. Next day he told me, "Jerome, that blew my mind."
So, what about Howard?
He wasn't even a bad roommate. Offered to pay for the poster. Still not Howard.
Pavel?
What, like Pavel Chekhov from Star Trek? You a closeted Trekkie? Why Pavel?
It means small, humble.
There's no humility in choosing a foreign name. If you wanted a humble name, you'd pick John. There's so many Johns in the world. It takes humility to be one.
How can he look like both of us? How is it possible? I know he could have either your ears or my nose, but not both wrapped up in one face. Impossible. Come on. Look at him.
No.
Look at our son, please.
He does have your nose, you're right, but not my ears.
No, Jerome, it's there. I know those ears.
You say so.
Should we talk to a social worker?
I don't know. I've never done this before. I don't think it would help.
What about Mortimer?
Mortimer? Jesus. The only Mortimers left in the world live in nursing homes. The answer to Mort or Morty.
What's wrong with that?
It's an old man's name.
Mortimer. It murmurs. My parents picked my name because they love the sound of it. Harbin. They didn't know what it meant. Little bright warrior. Or place where the fishing nets are dried. Funny. They gave me a warrior's name. But I'm no warrior or a fishing net.
I like your name.
Thanks, Jan.
Harbin stands, puts the infant in the crib, and grasps the crib's sides.
I wish he could choose his name himself.
He's not talking.
So quiet and still. It's arrogant to assume the right to call him Howard or Mortimer. I wonder if growing up with the wrong names change you, makes you into somebody you weren't supposed to be.
If you wait until they're old enough to choose, you'd end up with another Peekaboo Street. Name makes it easier to tell people what to do. Without names, public schools would be chaos.
But what if we choose wrong?
It's a moot point.
No, it's not.
We should get some food. It's worth checking to see if they have anything fried.
You're hungry? You're hungry now?
Fried chicken. Chicken fried steak. French fries.
Can't you wait? We have to figure this out before the nurse comes back.
I have this gaping hole in my stomach. Bring you something. Some couscous, a panini.
You want to go and leave the baby? Fine, go. If you need to eat right now, you can go.
Come with me.
But he looks like us.
Like you. You'll be a good dad. Someday.
Some dad. My sister-in-law still watches me out of the corner of her eyes whenever I'm near my nephew. That's why I don't take you back. The way she looks at me. She used to call me good husband material. Last time my nephew lectured me on King Edward II. He said Edward was accused of sodomy and died with a hot poker up his ass. When I lived there, I was never going to be a father. Or a husband.
But you left. You found me. The nursery at home, such a mess. All those clothes and toys. Where are the receipts?
It's too late to worry about that, or too early. I'm a bit confused.
Well, sleep deprivation will do that. Staying up all night usually makes me giddy or loopy.
All right, then. What name would you choose for him?
Me?
He has to have a name.
Why?
Why? Because that's what people do. They name their children.
Why? Why do it? Maybe names rob us of mystery. Maybe names rob people of their uniqueness, something that flies away when disturbed.
That's deep, poetic, and totally irrelevant.
If we name him, we'd stop wondering about him.
Right. But there must be some name left, some good name.
All the good names are taken, even the obscure ones like Ranieri. Ranieri's my first living boyfriend.
I don't want to hear this.
And his Brazilian mother would leave the same message over and over. Ranieri, Ranieri.
We don't have to give him a Portuguese name.
My point is, there are no new names. It comes down to naming him for someone or in spite of someone.
There are new names. People come up with them all the time.
They sound invented. As if phonetic spelling or a mishmash of syllables could make somebody new.
I feel original. And other people have my name.
Not very many. But there are quite a few Jeromes out there. Someone once told me there are only 1,000 distinct faces in the world and the rest are copies.
That's crap. You're spouting crap again. Let's give him an old name then. Some name. Even copies need names.
Sometimes when I feel drawn to a stranger, I realize it's because I've seen that face. That candidate for mayor I interviewed ruined my article because she looked like the girl who'd follow me home in 2nd grade. The one that poked me with her umbrella and would steal our mail. That's why the story bombed. That woman had a repetitious face.
Are you even here? Do you see? If you believe that drivel about repetitious faces, then there's someone you should meet.
It's time for introductions now?
Last night I met someone while we were waiting for Ruth to deliver the baby. She called me into her room. She thought I was a family member.
Wouldn't she know if you were family?
She has prosopagnosia. I think that's right. She can't remember faces. The part of her brain where faces are stored doesn't work. She said it's the triangle made up of the eyes, nose that marks the face in our memories. She can't even recognize her own child's face. Do you understand?
Am I supposed to?
Well, each face is new to her every day. Every time she sees her husband, she'll stop and think, who is this man?
Sounds terrifying.
Until she hears his voice speaking her name. Then she knows.
And what is her name?
Adelaide. Adelaide. Hey, what about Adelaide?
That's only a girl's name. It's not a unisex name.
Wait, wasn't there a politician named Adelaide?
You're thinking about Adlai Stevenson, that Democrat that could never beat Eisenhower. Can't name the baby after a loser.
Farben moves back to the crib, hands on the sides.
They didn't tell me he'd have a cone head.
Got a bit mushed up on the way out.
He has your ears.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does. Look at them. They stick out more than a baby should. The lobes are just like yours. They curve the same way. When I first met you, that's when I noticed.
My ears?
They were so fragile. Like they could break off as you rolled on the bed. It was endearing. They still are.
Are you okay?
Breathing. Can't. This moment. Christ. Just so.
Better?
Yes. Yes. I think so. What did you do?
It's nothing. I just turned you back to the wind. Something my dad showed me.
Jerome goes to look out the window, leaving Farben standing alone.
The nurse will be back in a minute. Paperwork to sign, and we should say something to Ruth.
Not yet. There's still some time.
What should we say to her? It wasn't her egg, but still, who knows what she must be feeling.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Ruth. Takes a real friend to be a paid surrogate. Maybe next time it'll go better.
Enough. We'll name him Joshua.
What, after my father?
Yes.
No.
Why not?
Because I barely knew him. He's always on the train to work, the train back from work, so he's always gone. We're not naming him after my father.
Why?
You just can't.
Why?
Because I'm saving it.
Saving it?
For a baby that lives!
So it's too good for a stillborn?
Don't you understand?
Not really.
I can't pass on a family name to a baby I never knew.
What does knowing have to do with it?
Why even try to name him?
He was a person. He needs a name.
I don't want to remember him. I don't want to remember the planning and the waiting and the painting the room light green so it would work for a boy or a girl.
Stop it. What about me? Do you want to remember me?
Don't say that. You know I want to.
You can't shut up the shit. If you try, it will bury you.
Try again.
Who are you? Families remember. I want to remember. If you want to be my family, you have to remember this too.
I don't understand. The only way I survived my childhood was selective amnesia.
Another joke, Jer. Nobody's laughing. Can't sit still, can't focus. You're a child. A chicken shit child pretending to be a man. Nothing you say means anything. You spout off tidbits that sound good because maybe then somebody will love you. Maybe then no one will smell the stench of a chicken shit child. So Daddy was on the road all the time. So what? You never write off being a father even when your son is... So, fine. The baby doesn't have your ears. He'll never grow up to be a chicken shit child. He deserved better.
What? Did I?
Are you still talking? Jesus.
Please, I couldn't protect him.
Where's the nurse? She should have been here by now.
I love you.
You're right. I don't know why it took me so long to see it.
I
Do whatever you want. Leave him unnamed. I'm going to find the nurse. And then thank Ruth for our child.
Harbin exits. Jerome starts to follow, but goes to the crib. Placing his hands on the sides, he looks at the corpse.
Not a mark, not a record remains, and yet all remains. I suspect I shall meet them there. I suspect I shall there find each old particular of those unnamed lands. Hello, Joshua.
End of play.
Our next play is called Somewhere in Between by Zdenka Turacek from Florida State University. The cast features Lauren Culpepper and Alejandro Rodriguez, and it was directed by Rahale Nasri. Here is Somewhere in Between.
Under the belly of a full moon, Damien Houston sits in the midst of a dried-out cornfield staring up at the sky. He wears formal attire and sits in a black suit jacket. It's quiet as hell, save for the crickets. Tessa Malot walks out onto the field. She's in ripped jeans and a flannel shirt. A backpack is slung over her shoulder.
Thought I'd find you out here.
Hey,
Couldn't get off in time.
doesn't matter.
How long you been here? Smell that?
Smells like men's deodorant.
No, dipshit. Fall's coming. Change is in the air.
Mama never let me come out this far. Said my daddy got lost in this field, never found his way home.
You remember him?
Nah. Just from what she told me. Said I got my appetite from him and my sensitivity from her. Bunch of bull crap.
Tessa sits down in the dirt. Damien slides his jacket over to her.
Here.
What's that for?
I thought girls don't like dirt.
What else did your mama teach you that I'm gonna need to undo?
Not a whole lot.
She teach you about PMS?
I don't want to talk about her.
Tessa pulls out a pack of cigarettes from her pocket. She lights one up.
If you don't talk about stuff, it's gonna eat you up.
She's a liar.
Everyone lies.
Told me they named the town after her.
Maybe they did.
You know her real name was Maxine?
No. Sounds like Maxi Pad.
I thought it was Viola. Till I read it on a prescription bottle in the bathroom.
I would have changed my name too. We all need change now and then.
Not me.
Tessa pulls out a bottle of Jack Daniels from her backpack.
So how was it?
Granddaddy said, she's gone and there ain't nothing can be done except to swallow the lump in my throat and move on.
Tessa twists the cap of the bottle off and hands it to Damien.
Go on. It'll help you swallow that lump in your throat.
Damien sips.
You know, you're going to need someone to talk to.
You're good enough for me.
I'm not always going to be there.
Neither am I.
Damien hands back the bottle. Tessa drinks hard. She stops, leans over, and kisses Damien. He pulls away.
Sorry. Does it scare you? You can't start junior high without learning how to kiss.
I know how to kiss.
Could have fooled me.
I wasn't expecting it.
Things happen unexpectedly all the time. You need to be prepared for whatever.
It's not your job.
Must suck. Being too young for girls and too old for toys.
Says who? You got any music?
You want to try it again?
Tessa tilts his head back to the side.
Okay. Do it just like you did, except don't clench your teeth. And do it a little slower.
Tessa kisses Damien. When they're finished, she takes a swig from the bottle.
Man, I wish I could like you.
You're hogging the bottle.
Tessa passes him the bottle.
Don't tell anyone about this, okay?
They stretch out onto the ground and look up at the sky. Thunder rumbles at a distance.
You cried yet? It'll come. Kind of like the summer rain, quick and hard.
I'm not gonna cry.
It's not a bad thing. Doesn't mean you're not a man. I remember when I saw my daddy cry the first time, my mama looked at me and said, "The earth needs watering now and then." I've never had anyone die on me. I wish some people would die, but God only takes the good ones.
He takes the bad ones too.
You really believe her when she told you the town was named after her?
I believed every stupid thing she told me. Yeah, I'm not as sad as I thought I'd be. Truth is, I always looked up to you more. You taught me everything I know.
What the hell have I taught you?
That I'm good.
Not much of a teacher.
You will be.
Tessa props herself up on her elbows. She looks up at the sky.
If you could go anywhere in this world, where would you go? You gotta stop being so indifferent.
What does that mean?
Not caring.
I care.
All right, so pick somewhere.
I don't care. As long as I'm with you.
Look at you, trying to be all romantic.
I was just kidding.
That's too bad. I was gonna kiss you again.
Tessa lights another cigarette.
You know, I don't know what the fuss was about. Not letting me come out here. She always thought something bad was going to happen past the willow tree and the fence.
Lightning strikes at a distance.
I'm leaving.
You see that?
You hear what I said?
Yeah, I heard you. So what?
I don't want to end up like your mama. No offense.
Fuck you!
Damien takes a hard drink.
You could tell?
You never even took your backpack off.
I'm just waiting on my last check from Tomatoland.
Can I come?
You wouldn't like where I'm headed.
How would you know?
She kneels over Damien.
I just know. Touch me.
You're a retard.
You better sit your ass up and touch them, because pretty soon you'll be begging for it, and I'll be long gone.
Damien lifts himself up. He takes a moment and slides a hand up Tessa's shirt. She pulls away.
I'm sorry.
What are you sorry about?
Tessa sits down and presses her back against Damien.
How'd they feel? If you shrug one more time, I'm gonna knock you out.
They felt all right.
God wasted his hands on me. Sometimes I wish I could cut him off with a pair of shears.
Tessa takes a swig from the bottle.
Can I touch them again?
No. Maybe later.
Tessa passes the bottle over her shoulder.
I'm going to San Francisco.
I thought you wanted to go to New York.
I changed my mind.
You're always changing your mind.
Heard one of the customers say New York hardens your bones. San Francisco softens them up.
What about Kansas?
It's somewhere in between.
I'm coming with you.
In your dreams, you're staying right here, finishing out school, and reading my postcards from wherever.
I'm serious. I'm coming.
Turn around.
Damien turns to face Tessa.
You can't come. Hear me?
Why not?
I've got things to deal with.
What?
That's why.
I don't?
No, you don't. Not like me.
No, you always think your problems are bigger than everyone's. That's your fucking
You've
problem.
got your whole life ahead of you, and watch your mouth.
Shut up.
Running isn't going to fix it.
So why are you running?
My situation's different. It's complicated.
Okay, well then explain it then. You said you wanted to teach.
God, shut up,
You
will you?
suck ass as a teacher.
Tessa slaps Damien.
I didn't mean that.
Damien cradles himself, begins to cry. The rain starts pouring down.
Get up. Quit your crying.
Make up your goddamn mind. You told me to cry.
I told you to cry, but not like
You
this.
can't get your way with everything. I love you whether you like it or not. Whether you like me or that bitch you're always hanging on.
Tessa crouches down on the blanket and puts her hand on Damien's back. He lifts his head up. She wipes his tears with the sleeve of her flannel shirt.
She teach you that?
Only thing she taught me was how to starve to death and to pray.
It's the truth. You can't always have your way in this world. I can't help the way I am as much as your mama couldn't help the way she is. You believe in God? That's going to take me a while to undo.
I didn't used to. We used to pray before dinner. Deep down, I just prayed she'd eat. Then when we said our prayers at night, I used to ask him to let me sleep the whole night through, but she'd wake me up before the sun came up to watch her run circles around the yard. So I didn't think he existed. Until I asked him to kill her. That's when I started believing.
This land was eating her up.
Oh, I hate this fucking land. It's nothing but empty promises. Empty ears of corn listening to our sad stories.
It's different now.
No, nothing's changed. She's still here, waking me up before sunrise, except my mind's doing the running now.
You didn't do nothing wrong. There's nothing to think about except yourself now.
I ain't selfish like that.
Well, it's time you were. I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm saying goodbye to everyone and everything. Got it? I mean it. And when I leave, there's no crying. You're a man now.
There's nothing to cry about. She's in heaven, and I'm leaving with you.
Damien initiates one final kiss. Tessa pulls away. She's the one crying now.
Don't say I never taught you nothing. You hear?
Tessa leaves. End of play.
Tonight we are honored to welcome a major news sponsor for the KCACTF National Student Playwriting Award, and that sponsor is the Harold and Mimi Steinberg Charitable Trust. So, for the first year, the award is the Harold and Mimi Steinberg National Student Playwriting Award. We're going to hear a scene from this year's winner. The play is The Swing of the Sea by Molly Hagan from Ohio University. The play premiered at Arcadia University, and our reading cast features Rana Kay and Joshua Morgan, directed by Stephen Carpenter. Here now a scene from The Swing of the Sea.
The Swing of
of the Sea by Molly Hagan. Boots. A girl who wears yellow rain boots meets her friend Peter in a secret world made of leaves after Peter has died.
I remember. That's what you said. When you came up the rope ladder.
Of course it is. You know, it's kind of weird, boots without her boots.
And then I asked you if you brought your flashlight.
He produces a flashlight.
You asked about this flashlight?
Oh.
What?
Well, that isn't right.
What isn't right?
Well, you didn't say that the other night.
You don't think so?
I can't really remember. But I guess that's basically the problem.
Well, I can. I promise you, this, right now, this is exactly how it all happened.
It can't be. There's no way, because you didn't say what you're saying now.
Yes, I did. Just like this.
You said that? What you just said?
Sure I did. I said that, and I said this, just what I'm saying now. See, the flashlights, you remember the flashlights.
Yeah, I do remember the flashlights.
And you remember the sound of the owls?
But I don't hear anything.
That's because the owls didn't make any sound.
Oh.
I mean, this is it, though. I remember because there was a certain feeling.
Really?
Yeah, like,
Like a happy feeling?
yes, a happy feeling. And celebration. Like streamers and foghorns hanging from the bow of a giant ship as it leaves port. I mean, it was just like that, only we were right here, in the treehouse.
Oh, wait, you're wrong. We're not in the treehouse. We're...
Sure we are. See? The dripping water.
Leaves rush up to Boots' feet like a tide. She leaps back. The sound of waves. Boots looks out over the ocean.
I don't know.
Well, it's a pretty important thing for you to forget. We were right here in the treehouse that night watching the waves come in on the beach. You know, for being 13, you really don't know that much.
Sure I do. I mean, obviously. Of course I remember. We were watching the waves come in.
No, you mean we are.
I mean, we are.
See the sand? You see the ocean?
Smells like rotten leaves.
It's supposed to. And this is the part where we tell stories, remember? It's a part of the story. It's the part where we're dancing.
Why are we dancing?
Because it's prom. And we're wearing crowns.
Boots starts to build crowns made out of leaves.
No.
What do you mean, no?
No. That's impossible. There won't be any prom.
There won't be any prom?
No.
Oh.
Because this is the part of the story where we're old. And we're sitting on the beach watching the ocean.
How old?
I don't know. Probably 100 years old.
Okay.
Dancing on a beach. Remember how we danced at prom?
I like that. But you can't dance if you're 100.
Of course you can. Let's dance like we're at prom when we're 100. I'll show you how. You dance like this.
She dances like she's 100.
No. More like this.
He dances like he's 100. He wears a crown of leaves.
Here's how it happens. We are both 100, but we are young and strong, and we run away from the old folks' home. You tie a rope of bed sheets and twister mats together and throw rode out the window of your bedroom. You used to be a pilot in the Navy, and you know how to scale down walls because they teach you that sort of thing. Anyway, when you reach the ground, you throw rocks at my window on the second floor, and I open my window and I just jump like this.
Yeah, and it's not very far, and I catch you in the twister mat because I used to be a firefighter, and I had to catch a lot of people jumping out of windows.
What did I used to be?
You did a lot of things. Well, you're 100 years old, so you've done everything. But your favorite things were. You were a great artist. You painted great murals, as big as a city, forests and beaches, long hallways, so big and so real that people tried to walk right into them.
And after that, I was the captain of a great ship, I built a raft out of a redwood tree and sailed around the world. No one's done that.
Yeah, but you did because you're different than other people.
I'm like you.
Yeah, you're just like me. So I catch you, and we run away together. We run to the beach because you have your raft built out of a redwood tree waiting for us there.
Do we get tired from running?
No, we never get tired. Because we don't grow old the way other people grow old. We're still the same as we've always been. So we run and we get to the beach.
It's a night without stars like this one.
There's not one single star in the sky. You can't even see the moon. And that's how they don't find us, right? Everyone and our families, because they've been chasing us the whole way.
The only light comes from the flashlights. And it reflects off the ocean. But they never find us.
They never find us. And we stand on the beach and we look at the empty sky, and it looks like one of your murals. And then I say to the lady in the crown, "May I have this dance?" And you say,
"I'm too shy."
But then we compromise, and we dance like we're 100, and at the prom at the same time.
Because we have all the time in the world.
Because we have all the time in the world.
Where's the music?
We don't need music.
But if there were music, it would be Billie Holiday. The slow one, that song I like. Do you know it?
No. But I know Michael Jackson. What about Billie Jean?
No, it has to be Billie Holiday. I'll teach it to you, if I can remember the words. All familiar. Something about something familiar, and then...
Is it happy or is it sad?
It's happy.
Okay.
Well, she's singing it to someone she loves. It's a love song. Anyways, she says she walks around seeing the things she sees every day, but everything, even when she looks up at the moon, all she can see is you. Whoever she's singing it to, I mean. It's just like, I just like the song a lot. You probably think that's weird.
It's not weird at all. I bet if I knew it, I would like it too.
You really would. I like it because it makes me think of things that are old. And things that are old are... I don't know how to describe it. I just like them.
I like that about you. Okay, so how about this? How about we dance to Billie Holiday? Okay, we'll both close our eyes and you sing a song in your head and I'll hear it.
Okay.
They close their eyes. Boots sings a song in her head, and Peter listens. They dance, silently and without touching.
How does the story end?
while you're dancing, I lean over and whisper in your ear. I whisper, OKKBWP.
What does that mean?
And then we flicker our flashlights.
But what does that mean? OKKBWP. Is that the last thing you say? What happens after that?
We flicker our flashlights at the sky. And then we disappear.
Peter drops his flashlight. It clatters to the ground.
But what about the prom? And the raft? The twister mat? What happens to all of that?
They disappear too.
Boots drops her flashlight. It clatters to the ground. The sound of waves.
What did you say? What about everyone and about our families?
The sound of a clattering flashlight. The sound of waves.
I said we leave them behind.
The sound of a clattering flashlight. The sound of waves.
But why? Wait, is this the last thing? Is this the last thing I remember?
Boots picks up her flashlight. She swings it around. But Peter is gone. She drops her flashlight and it clatters to the ground. The sound of waves. End of scene.
Our final play is entitled Jars by Brittany Taylor from Abilene Christian University. The cast features Alejandro Rodriguez and Joe Brack. It was directed by Rahale Nasri. Here is Jars.
As the light comes up, you hear the faint chatter of Blake's welcome home party. Jimmy sits alone in his room at his desk. Blake opens the door. He's wearing the jacket to his uniform over his civilian clothes.
Hey, man. Can I come in? Man, I don't think I've been in your room since I've been back. Looks just the same as it did when I left. Wish I could keep my room this clean. How's it going? It's pretty quiet in here. It's getting pretty noisy out there, huh? I thought so. Hey, you got any cake? We have a white cake with chocolate ice cream. If I remember right, that's your favorite. Still your favorite, is it?
He notices Jimmy clutching a pipe in his hand.
Hey! That's Dad's lucky pipe. No, I'm not going to take it from you. You think you'll ever smoke with it? I could teach you how. Okay. All right, well, I better get back. It's my party, isn't it? Can't be MIA at my own party.
Blake
Bye.
exits the room.
Hello, brother. Hello. I missed you. Hello, brother. Hello.
Blake suddenly re-enters the room.
Jimmy, you gotta help me. There are these old ladies out there, cheek pinchers. You gotta hide me.
Jimmy instinctively looks around the room and then hides under his bed covers.
Wait, no, not you. No, you can't hide. Hide me.
Jimmy jumps up, runs to Blake, and throws the blanket over both of them.
Hey, Jimmy. You better not fart. You better not. Don't do it. I'm not gonna fart. You think it's clear? Go check.
Jimmy reveals his head from under the blanket. After seeing nothing out of the ordinary, he awkwardly bounds to go listen at the door.
We good? I think we're good.
What are we hiding from again?
Tarantulas. I'm sure they're gone now.
Blake tosses the blanket at the crack under the door.
Look, that'll keep them out, just in case. They hate parties.
Jimmy goes and quickly folds the blanket at the foot of the door.
And anything folded. Yep. They hate that too. Thanks, man. I owe you one.
You're welcome.
Jimmy gets a new blanket from the closet and remakes his bed.
Yeah, guess we need to fix your bed back up. Yeah, that's better.
Blake notices a collection of empty mason jars on the shelf, each of them labeled.
These are new. What are these? Can I touch them?
Jimmy goes to the shelf to get the jars for him.
Thanks. Mom's new car. Rain. The pretty bird. What are these?
Feelings.
Feelings? Okay, Mom's new car. What's that feel like? Fast? Smooth? It's much better than that piece of shit. Junk. That piece of junk that Mom had before. Rain? All right, rain feels wet.
No. My feelings.
Oh, your feelings. You put your feelings in jars. Okay. But why do you want to take them out, put them in jars? Orange sunset, walk in the park with my brand new jacket, these are good feelings.
So I can keep them. I keep them in there.
Oh, so you keep them to remember them. That's good, that's a good idea.
I like it.
How does it work?
Jimmy takes the jar, presses it against his chest, and closes his eyes.
So you feel it through the glass?
No. Your heart looks at it.
All the way through your shirt?
You use your eyes to see what everyone else can see. You use your heart to see what no one else can see.
Can I try to see it?
Jimmy hands him a jar. Blake presses it against his chest.
Thank you. Walk in the park with my brand new jacket. I like it. It feels nice. Was it cool that day?
Yes! And the sky was very blue, and the trees still had green on them, and there was also lots of squirrels too.
So how does it feel?
Good. And exciting.
Okay, good and exciting. Excited for what?
I don't know. I had to leave the park. I couldn't stay there all day long. That's why I put the feelings in there.
Blake finds a new jar.
Running. All right, you must have had a strong day then, huh?
Yeah.
Blake hands him the running.
Feel this one. How does it feel?
Oh, the same way that this one also feels.
So running feels the same as the pretty bird? How does it feel?
Free.
Jimmy relaxes his grip. Blake cradles the jar to his chest a little longer.
A pretty bird. I'm glad you have this feeling. Wish everyone could have a jar of this. How do you put the feelings in the jar?
You have the feeling here. And then when it gets big enough, you blow into the inside of it.
Can I try? What feeling should I choose?
Home?
Whoa, no, home has too many feelings. I wouldn't want any bad ones to get in there. How about hiding with Jimmy?
With me?
Yeah, with you.
Oh, ever since I've been home, people ask me the same questions over and over. They'll tell me the names of anyone and everyone they've ever known who's ever served in the Army or the Navy or any armed forces at any time in history. I like being with you. You're my brother. All right, where's another empty jar? All right, here's one. Hey, look, this one says Blake leaves for the Army. All right, what does this one feel like?
Happy?
Happy? Jimmy, you said happy? You were happy the day that I mean, you mean proud happy.
No.
Just regular happy.
Why did you leave for the Army?
Because there are bad people out there. Bad people that could hurt you, they could hurt Mom. I left so that I could protect you.
Did you hurt people?
Yes, but I helped people too.
Why? Why?
Jimmy,
Why? Why?
Jimmy, you know what?
Why?
Okay, a lot of people say a lot of words about war. Why we fight them if we should fight them. All right, do you know what I think? I think that people fight wars because it's easier to fight what's on the outside than it is to fight what's on the inside. But hey, look at me, Jimmy. Oh, okay, I thought about you every day. I did. I didn't realize it when I left, but I went over there so that you could have the feeling of the pretty bird. All right, I'm sorry that I wasn't a good brother. I didn't know how to be what I needed to be. And after Dad left, everyone was saying that I was supposed to become Dad for you. I couldn't do that. I couldn't be Dad. Not for you, for Mom, or for me. That wasn't my responsibility to bear. That's why I left. It's not that I wanted to leave you, Jimmy. No one should ever want to leave you. I just wanted the chance to be my own person without always being compared to you or Dad, wherever the hell he is now. I just wanted to be free from it all. Oh, it doesn't make it go away, though. Jimmy, I am sorry. I wasn't the brother that I should have been. That I was never around, or that I avoided you. I really did think of you every day when I was gone. You, Jimmy, were the feeling that I carried with me. I know I never knew how to show it, but I do love you. I love you. Okay, and I want you to know that. I've waited a long time to come home to tell you that. Do you understand? You know, you could start a business with these jars. Be a millionaire, but instead of good memories, people could put all the bad feelings, the feelings that they can't get rid of in their jar, and then they can take their jar and just throw it out to sea. And in that way, they'd never have to feel those feelings again. Jimmy, I just need to know you can forgive me. If not today, then maybe tomorrow. Is that why you were happy? Is that why you had a happy feeling when I left? Because I was mean to you? Because I said those things? Because you were better off without me, weren't you?
No.
No? No? Then why? Why were you happy?
Because that's how I wanted to feel when I remembered you. Happy.
Oh.
They sit together in silence for a moment.
I know what feeling I want to put in my jar now.
Blake puts his hand over his heart and draws in a breath, then blows it into the jar and quickly closes the lid. He takes a marker, and on the label he writes, Jimmy, and sets it on the desk. After taking a moment to look at it, Jimmy quickly rotates it so that it's at the perfect angle. End of play.
To all of you here in the Family Theater and all of you joining us online, thanks so much for joining us. What do you think? One more round of applause for all of this company? You bet. Thank you very much.